Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. Had to make sure my mic was plugged. Anyways, I'm going to be doing a really quick reading, as quick as I am capable of. As quick as I am capable of course. I got to do my fire ceremony. I thought it was supposed to have started 2 minutes ago. And I was going to start it, and then I looked and it was like 62 minutes. I don't have good comprehension of time. Okay. Just anywho. So I'm doing this reading and I asked what it was going to be about. And what I heard is the confusion will still go in your favor. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about. Let me, so my fire stuff is ready. Let's get started. Okay. I've been feeling some like odd energies all morning. I wouldn't say they were bad energies. I would say they are I would say that they are just energies that we need to understand. There's a lot of confusion, and these confusions, these periods of confusion that you experience could definitely be just you expanding, your awareness for certain things. Oh, the today's fire ceremony is already closed off, Teresa. You can try and go for next week's. I'm gonna do 2 more next week and the week after. So yeah, today's fire ceremony is already closed, just so that we don't miss anyone for registration. All right, do that. And then we're gonna do this deck. I just love this deck, but there's some cards in this deck. There's a card in this deck. Never mind. All right, let me just get started. All right. Ooh, dedication. You have to allow yourself to begin dedicating more of your time and your energy into the things that hold on. My laptop looks like it's going to fall. You need to spend more of your time and your energy dedicating yourself to the things that will grow you, the things that will help you to get a better sense of who you are, what you're here to do. Okay. Fulfillment in reverse. Now, typically, this would be something like, "Oh no, you're not gonna be able to achieve or bring to fruition the things that you're trying to do." And for me, I don't get that at all. I get more of this sense of like the cup was filled with toxicity and it finally needs to be emptied out. It finally needs to be just poured out, the cup rinsed off, and you be allowed to start off fresh once again, right? Incubation. So for many of us, whenever we experience these periods of confusion, self-doubt, things like that, we go into a state of incubation. We allow ourselves to get real small and tight on ourselves, and then what ends up happening is we have a period of shutdown, right? So I think right now, a lot of the confusion that's being injected into the collective environment, especially on social media, it has a lot to do with triggering. People are being basically encouraged to trigger each other one way or another, trigger each other. A lot of sensitivities are being poked. A lot of just different processes are being initiated, and that's okay. It's okay to be in whatever process that you're in, but just be aware. A lot of what's happening right now is giving you the opportunity to speak up for yourself, to really just make sure you take the time to communicate with intention, whatever the things are that you're trying to communicate with intention. Use this time. use these opportunities in such a way that it is very intentional what you are doing. For example, there's this post that was put up, and it was my post. It was a quote of mine, my words. And there was someone who commented um, what seemed to be an attempt to express an opposing view to what my view is, which is fine, except it carried with it the implication of, you know, how some people will write things that are often received as like, well, I've found God and so I'm right and you're wrong. And I don't like that. I don't like that. And so I was very intentional in my interaction with the individual, like according to whom, right? The quote that was posted, my quote, it had to do with my belief that you should be full of yourself, not of other people's beliefs, not of other people's condemnations of you, their perceived limitations that they would like for you to live within the parameters of, that you are so perfectly created by creation itself that you should not be ashamed of who you are, but also carry space within yourself to adjust, to shift, to continue to grow and expand. And, the according to whom question must have touched the right button, because then came this entire paragraph of multiple scriptures to prove that their logic is superior. That's how I received it. That's how I received it. And that's the thing. If you don't want people to receive your communication in that way, then you have to be mindful of the way in which you express that communication. You have to be mindful. I can quote scripture too. Luke, I believe 17. That's what I quoted. That within you is the living temple of God. And that to reject the self and to empty the self is to empty that living temple, the most sacred space you could possibly ever occupy. And then, of course, came the backpedaling and more scripture pertaining to unfriendly people. People will initiate things with you during this period. Be intentional about the way you respond if you choose to respond at all. There's a lot of confusion that's being placed in front of you. And this confusion is intended to go ahead and cause you to question yourself and your beliefs. And if you are not solid in your beliefs, you have to question why you believe it. If you need other people to agree with your beliefs, you have to question why you believe it. If your conviction is based on your life's experiences and the ways in which your life has cultivated your perception, and you are aware that your perception is not rooted in an imbalanced ego, then, good for you. Keep thinking freely. Keep being an independent thinker, someone who can question whatever the official storyline is. It is not up to you to tell other people what to believe. It is up to you to understand why you believe what you believe. There is a huge part of my history that involves organized religion, and I'm not ashamed of that history. I am baptized and confirmed. I have read the scriptures. I've memorized many, many scriptures that thankfully I have now forgotten. That the space within my brain that was occupied by these memorized scriptures are now occupied by my recall of my life experiences. Scripture means nothing if you know that it doesn't apply to your life. If it can't be applied to your life, it means jack squat. It means jack diddly squat. For the devil himself can quote scripture to further his means. Just because you can quote scripture and try to further confuse does not mean it will be to your benefit. It means you are exposing yourself for the blasphemer that you are. When Jesus was alive, he did not live to condemn. He did not live, exist, or make it his mission to correct other people. What he did was allow other people to witness him in his most authentic state, a state of divinity so profound that he garnered enough followers to be executed for. Did he call them his followers? Or did he liken them to the lambs, innocent lambs, and he is the shepherd, the one who protects those who walk behind him? Were there ever any scriptures or parables that told of Jesus beating the lambs and screaming at them because they did not walk on two legs or speak Aramaic? Was it not Jesus himself who was criticized for holding the company of the dregs of society? The prostitutes, the lepers, the castaways. Those were the ones who were most cherished. You can quote your scriptures all you want, but unless you begin to live like the living word you were asked to be, this breath of divinity, an expression of divinity itself, I really don't care what you have to say. And I say that with intention. What I care about must matter to my existence. What I care about must matter to my continued growth, my continued expansion of my awareness of my soul's actual purpose. I am not here to save those who don't understand what they're being saved from. I'm not saving you from the devil. I'm saving you from your own corruption. What you believe can absolutely corrupt your light. Do I know it all? No. But I know enough to know that when you approach me as though you know everything, you actually know nothing at all. The more that I've learned, and I've learned a lot, the more that I've allowed my consciousness and my awareness of that consciousness to expand, the more I realize how limited the human perception could possibly be, how imperceptible the truth, the nuanced truth of divinity actually is. We will never know enough to fully understand the will of divinity itself. That's not what humans were created for. Humans were created to experience life, existence in such a way that can only be experienced in the density of human flesh. Pass through the flawed filters of the human perception. Who wrote the scriptures? I want to know who wrote the scriptures, and I want the original text. Why were the scriptures of the Nag Hammadi not included? Why was more than half the original scriptures removed during the Council of Nicaea? Unless you know the history of what it is you preach, you have no idea whose words you are preaching. And sometimes, even when you do know the history, you still have no idea the intention of the author of those words. So what's the better thing to do? To begin sharing the words of soul, words that come from conversations between the self and the soul. That's how you're guaranteed the purity of that divinity. I'm not really allowed to read esoteric text. My soul forbids it. I am not to be corrupted by the words of other men. 99.999% of the things that I say, they do not come from other people's mouths. They come from the song of my soul, simply shared with others who are ready to listen. There's confusion being spread about. If you allow yourself to be confused by the words of others, other people who are just as confused as you are, just as confused as I am, you will forever be in a state of confusion that will lead you nowhere but in circles. I refuse to be an Ouroboros. I will not drag my body on my belly while I eat my tail. I was given legs to walk erect, a neck to give me the mobility to see my surroundings, eyes that see the world and eyes that see soul. I will not reject myself. I refuse. I will not accept the words that encourage me to reject myself. I refuse. If you have a problem with my refusal to comply, I am not the problem, you are. There is nothing divine, holy, or spiritual about involving yourself in someone else's journey who has not invited you to join them on their path. And it's not just about sharing your words and your perceptions. It's about not hiding behind them. It's about allowing yourself to be laid bare in front of the world, to be witnessed as you are with no shame, no hesitation, nothing to hide behind, not even your hair. I'd say I've reached a really beautiful place in my journey, a place where I don't need to prove myself right, nor do I have to believe myself wrong, a place where I can simply exist in the three positions of the now, because now has three letters, giving it three positions: the past, the present, and the future. My now involves all those three positions. And unless you can exist in a multidimensional manner, a Michael is saying something. Something about mountains. Mountains, valleys, and regions. Mountains, valleys, and regions. I don't know what it means. He keeps saying that. Mountains, valleys, and regions. Mountains, valleys, and regions. Mountains, valleys, and regions. What's MVR? I am supposed to do a very quick reading. I don't have time. I have like 30 minutes. MVR. What's MVR? Don't know. MVR. What? Motor vehicle record? Is someone trying to do a background check on me? Is that what you mean? So I don't own a motor vehicle. I don't own a motor vehicle. I don't drive. Good luck finding where my license is. Secondly, I have 0 records. Literally 0 records. It's like I don't exist. It's confirmed not too long ago when I tried to purchase another RV. They had my driver's license, my social security, all 30 of my names in the order that the names are organized. And they tried to run everything. And the guy came back and he said, "You're like a ghost. Who are you running from?" And I was like, "What are you funny? What do you mean? You don't exist." So I don't know. What I do know is be careful what type of requests for information you do on my name. There are certain programs that tell me exactly who's requesting the information and from what region. Michael thinks of everything, and I often listen. So, unless you want to bust yourself out, I would definitely reconsider. Definitely reconsider. Mass volume radius. The sphere? Let's see. Does that pertain to the sphere? Mass volume radius. Let's see. To calculate the volume of a sphere. That's even worse. So it's like someone's trying to calculate. Okay, I get it. Thank you, Teresa. Responsibility. You have to take responsibility for your journey. You have to allow yourself to be the utmost authority. If you're going to claim sovereignty, you have to be the utmost authority within your life. If not, then you are not a sovereign. If other people can dictate to you what to think and when to think it, you are not a sovereign. If other people can control your actions, if other people can dictate to you how to act, where to act, when to act, excuse me, you are not a sovereign. Not because I said so, but because by definition, you are not the utmost authority in your life. And if you are not the utmost authority, you are not the sovereign. So, power in reverse, allowing yourself to recognize why and by whom your power is being depleted. Grounding in reverse. I don't think you need to ground. I think you need to begin allowing yourself to really make sure that you are rising in the proper measure. Awakening. It's time for you to allow yourself to experience these realizations that will lead you into this space of awareness of what you're here to do. Okay. So many of us are here to do certain things within the world, and we don't know what those things are because we've allowed ourselves to get confused because of other people's expectations of who we are to be. Are you who you are, or are you a conglomeration of other people's beliefs of who you are? Right? Do you behave in such a way that, you don't want to upset people, you don't want to disappoint, you don't want to this, you don't want to that? And, just because you behave in that way does not mean you're a bad person. I still have a very large part of me that's a people pleaser. I do. I do. I don't know if that's ever going to go away, but I'm learning to cultivate an understanding of when it is appropriate to go out of my way to please someone versus people pleasing because I'm apologizing for existing. I will never be sorry for existing at this point. And if you are waiting for me to be sorry for existing, I don't give a shit. I don't. I don't give a shit if you don't want me to exist. I will continue to exist. And if you have a problem with my existence, take it to God itself. Take it to God. Pray about it. I'm serious. Pray about it. Ask God. Because until God calls me home, my ass is here. And I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to go away. I'm not going to disappear. So, better start a prayer chain. I'm saying. Few Hail Marys, one Glory Be. So you say one Our Father, 10 Hail Marys, one Glory Be, and that's an entire section of the rosary. I'm saying. I used to do this novena. I don't know if you guys know what novenas are, but they're like a special prayer, and it's this special one. I wish I could find. I even laminated. I printed out a small pocket version of this novena. It has to do with the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And I even laminated it and I had it bound. I went to some like office store, I had it bound. It's spiral bound, right? Because, yo, I'm saying, I used to pray all day. I used to literally pray all day. I used to go to church every single day, 7 a.m. I would arrive at 6, and then mass would start at 7. It ends around 8. And if I stay and pray by myself for about 2 hours, 3 hours, they'll start another prayer service at around 11ish. Um, and then after that, I would go drive 30, 40 minutes to another church that's south of where I was. And I would just sit in the lawn and pray to this huge Mother Mary statue. Ah, a prayer can be really helpful. That helped me exit out of clinical depression. It really did. It helped a lot. So prayer can be good, but you just got to know what you're praying for. If you're praying for me to no longer exist, I don't know. I think God likes me a lot. I'm just saying, I think God's gonna like face palm your ass. I'm just saying, but I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to pray for. You can pray for whatever you want. Ethos in reverse. So the mindset of the environment that you're existing in, it's upside down. It's upside down. It's not you that's upside down, it's the environment itself. And they're trying to convince you, gaslight you into this space of believing that you are the issue. Be honest with yourself. Are you really the issue? If you have this high tendency of believing you're the issue for every single circumstance, I promise you, you're not a fucking issue. The issue is you keep believing that you are, and your soul keeps bringing you the people to show you you're not the issue. Yeah, I'm saying you're not the issue. But if you're a kind of person who thinks like everyone else is the issue, honey, I think you're the issue. You're probably the issue. You know what I'm saying? So be honest with yourself. If you are currently the issue in the environment that you exist within, make other choices. Behave differently and you won't be an issue anymore. It's so easy to change whether or not you're being an issue. Don't be so committed to what other people perceive you as, and then you end up staying there for the totality of your life. That sucks. Allow yourself to experience all the different aspects of you. Yes, you're confused. In that confusion, you can find answers to things you didn't even know you needed answers for. I'm saying confusion can be really, really good sometimes. I live in a consistent, perpetual state of chaos. It's peaceful. Like I know where everything is inside myself. It's chaotic, and someone outside of me could never find what they were looking for. But I promise you, I know exactly where it is and why I put it there. And if you were to force me to organize myself in such a way that, no, I refuse. That's how I got that perception of having lost myself to begin with. I didn't know where I put myself away at. And now that I found myself again, I'm never putting it away. I'm never putting her down. Ever, ever, ever. Even when I behave poorly, I'm not going to put myself down. I'm going to be like, bitch, calm down. Calm down. Really? It's not that serious. Calm down. But I'm not going to attack myself anymore the way I used to. And anyone who wants to try, you want to try and make me agree with you that I shouldn't love myself and be full of my sense of self. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. You're going to be disappointed, so you should just go away. Because I'm not going to stop. I'm not. I'm just not going to stop. Why? Because I'm stubborn as fuck. That's how I will always be. I'm not going to turn off that stubbornness anymore. I'm stubborn about the right things, the things that dilute me. I'm never stubborn about my growth. I'm never stubborn about expanding my awareness of myself and the ramifications of my actions. I'm never stubborn about that. I'm very open to that. I am, however, very stubborn about people trying to create some very distorted sense of self. Fuck that shit. Keep trying. Use more energy. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to give in. I'm just not. Oh my God, Emmy. Yes, I am your God. I'm joking. I'm not your God. I don't want to be a God because I don't want to be responsible for stupid shit like people and their stupid behavior. Like if you're a God, you have to be responsible for that because that's your creation. I don't want to be a God. Are you kidding me? I don't want to be that. Shit. Take responsibility for other people's shit? I don't think so. I don't think so. Hell no. Death in reverse. Some people just want to drag this out. That's okay. You can drag it out all you want. You'll grow some glutes. You'll grow some quads. I'm saying, which direction are you dragging? Are you dragging backwards or are you pulling forward? It depends. Depends. If you're dragging backwards, ooh, your hammies are gonna look nice and beefy. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with dragging it out as long as you're okay with what that means for you. Right? Some people like to drag things out. That's okay. That's okay. Like, oftentimes, I don't even realize that there are other options that I can select, when it comes to learning and all of that. I often don't know there are other options. I always choose the hardest way to learn something. That's why I learn so much for any given circumstance. There's nothing wrong with learning in the way that you learn, but don't fucking complain about what you choose. It's that simple. Don't complain. If you chose that, that's on you, right? Don't get confused about how this will benefit you, no matter what, as long as you are learning, as long as you are growing, as long as you are expanding your awareness of who you are and what you're here to do, which you don't have to know all of that yet, right? Then it's not a waste, it's not a failure, and it's acceptable. However, it's not acceptable if you're going to use this type of behavioral pattern to negatively impact other people, at which point you're the fucking problem. Don't bring that to my door because now I'm going to be your fucking problem too. I don't think so. No. You can do whatever it is you need to do to learn what you need to learn, but do not negatively affect other people intentionally. Okay? Do not do that because then that makes you a bona fide asshole. I mean, do you want to be an asshole? If you don't want to be an asshole, don't be an asshole. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, by the way, we have vegan donuts available. We have the fairy berry bread. We have the pumpkin bread. We have vegan donuts. It's all listed on the website at this point. Let me tell you. Mm, mm. The donut, I don't know, to me, I don't know because I haven't eaten Krispy Kreme in forever, but from what I remember Krispy Kreme being, these donuts, they are vegan, grain-free, soy-free, like they're like edible air. Mhm. But they taste like Krispy Kreme. I'm serious, they taste just like Krispy Kreme. I don't know what it is, but it makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. They don't even have eggs. They're vegan. Hello. But they do have coconut. They have no other nuts except coconut. So if you're, yes, coconut is okay with you, you can have those. All right, let's keep going. The moon, there's nothing that's going to be hidden from you. And I think that's what's causing kind of that confusion, right? That confusion about what it is you need to do because now you're being overwhelmed with so much information. Rigid, the rigidity of it all. Sometimes I like rigidity. Most times I don't. I don't know. What are you being rigid for if you're being rigid? Are you afraid that you're going to be broken and that's why you're like, I better brace myself? That ensures you'll break even easier. If you are afraid of being broken, be as flexible as you possibly can. You can bend with the wind, you can move and sway with the water. Like there's really no elements that's going to break you. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So don't be rigid. I think for some of us, we're being very, very rigid, and that's what's leading to your sense of like something bad is going to happen. Differences. Allow people to maintain their differences, but don't take it in if it doesn't resonate. It's okay for other people to be different from you. And it's okay if you don't take in their differences. It's okay if you can't manage to find a way to see the validity in what they're saying. It's not your job to validate everyone. That's like profound, isn't it? Because many of us exist as though it's our personal job to validate every single person we come across. No, you don't. I mean, not validating someone, it's not the same as intentionally looking for people to tear down. You can very simply just not agree and not take it in and not even say anything. You could just be like, oh, okay, that's a different view. I'm on my way now. Like you don't have to validate everyone. High Priestess of Earth in reverse. So I think for many of us, this confusion will be an earth-based type of circumstance. Someone is confused, Michael says. Confused and coming to conclusions. No. Nope, 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 no. The fledgling. I am not a fledgling. I know exactly where those words are in, and I see Marlene stepping forward. No, ma'am. Please have a seat, ma'am. You can join me for my fire ceremony, but you're not speaking on this live stream, ma'am. Message. I don't know what her message is, but I don't think I'm going to deliver it. High Priestess of Air. This is about stepping into your rightful place of being a master of your own communications, right? Say what you mean and mean what you say. Say it from your chest. No, seriously, say what you mean and mean what you say. Don't say things to try and, get a reaction out of people, because who knows, you might be saying something to someone like me who will really, 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 yeah, let me stop. Success in reverse. So if what you're attempting to do, excuse me, if what you're attempting to do is to completely change who you are, you're not going to be successful in that. If what you're trying to do, because that's an upside down thought that comes from the upside down ethos, if you can correct your ethos and get it right side up, you will be absolutely successful at understanding who you are and what you're here to do. Listening. Just listen. Listen to your soul, not to me, to your soul. These are cycles that you're going through. You've been through these cycles before. So many, 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 many times before. Just do it. Do what you need to do. Get through the cycles. Do what you need to do. Chillax. It's fine. You'll be fine. All right. So for some of us, the message is a lack of gratitude, right? Is there only one way to show gratitude? I'm wondering if part of the message here has more to do with people having this expectation of you showing gratitude in the way they dictate you need to show it. Compassion. Having compassion for yourself as you go through the situation that you're in. It's going to be perfectly fine. It's going to be perfectly fine. You really just need to make sure that you are as gentle with yourself as possible. You have to be gentle with yourself. For some of us, we are not using our intuition. That's a big no-no. Nay, nay. That's a big no-no. You have to use your intuition because your intuition is the messages from your soul. It's the guidance. Your soul is attempting to guide you through this labyrinth of clusterfuckery that I mean, really though, just listen to your soul for once. For many of us, we choose not to listen to our soul. We choose to listen to everything but our soul. I'm one of those people. Hence, we have a Michaela and a Marlena. I'm changing their names because I'm sick of their shit. Michaela and Marlena. Michaela. Michaela. He's like, he doesn't like that one. Why though? Worlds within worlds. Worlds within. He says I'm about to be in trouble. Are you gonna spank me? He's mad. He's mad. He says, do you think this is funny? I say, did you think it was funny to make me Asian and allergic to rice? She thought that was funny, right? I think this is funny too. Okay, worlds within worlds. Worlds within worlds. It ties back to what Teresa was saying up top. Let me find it. Mass volume radius. This is about finding, calculating the difference in size between the spheres of consciousness. This is about a merger point that's approaching convergence. Having a fear of that moment of convergence is coming together. La, 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 la. Bow to your partner. Then you turn around. Hush me, hush me. Okay, let me quit. I'm sorry. I did roll my eyes one last time. He already knows how I'm like. What is his problem? Hold on, guys. Oh my gosh, he's giving me asthma. Surrender? No. This is someone refusing to surrender. It's probably me. I don't care. It is probably me. What? What? I was designed to be masochistic. I love the pain. I don't, but I do. Okay, emotions in reverse. So someone's refusing to surrender and someone's refusing to listen to their emotions, right? And ocean lover, whatever message Michael is telling you, no. No. No, 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 no. Because I suddenly feel his energies focused on you. Like he gonna give you a message and you're gonna be like, girl, I love you. But and I'm gonna be like, nope. This is me grabbing your lips, holding them together. I would never. Okay, one final card, and I really gotta go. I gotta go. She's like, I didn't even say nothing. He didn't get a chance to deliver that message, is why. I called it out. Like, All right. One final card. Let's pick something from the middle. Ooh. I think I'm in trouble. He's riling me up. He's riling me up. Okay. That'd probably be up too much. I have a fire ceremony in a few minutes. Okay, here goes. Ooh, it's making me shake. Oh, shit. I gotta hold it like this because my fingers are shaking. Veil of shadows. A lotus blooms with deep, rich mud into which she plunges her roots and draws great nourishment. From this mud, made of water and earth, growth happens and great beauty is revealed. Your soul lotus thrives through depth of emotion and aliveness of your body, into which she can plant herself and unfold as a lotus of light. Your soul lotus is blossoming, just like the plant that outgrows the pod in which it has been planted and requires more soil to spread its roots and continue growing. Your soul lotus needs some more mud, some more water and earth energy so that it can grow and shine. In the spiritual worlds, all things serve. Everything, including our darker emotions and parts of our body that we may not think are acceptable. What? Okay, I'm going to behave. They are actually good nourishment for our soul. The soul craves to love and be in love with all parts of you. Like a passionate divine lover, it wants to hold nothing back and become completely spiritually intimate with all aspects and all parts of you, whether you have thought they were lovable or not. Okay. This can be challenging because it can feel extremely uncomfortable to visit and consciously engage with those aspects of our personality and our bodies that we have yet to really love and accept. Yet, this is what you are guided to embrace now. This process might be started by taking a class or engaging in a physical practice that honors the shadow part of you. If you have considered yourself an introverted person, it might be to begin on it might be to begin to honor the counter side of this, the part that needs community and people in order to thrive. If you consider yourself a quiet person, you might need to explore how you can find joy through sound, music, and energy. For example, if you consider yourself a passionate person, you could benefit from finding the part of you that is peaceful and content in the moment with things exactly as they are right now. This inner play isn't about saying that who you are now is not enough. It's about acknowledging that you are that thing you believe that you are not and finding a way to live it with consciousness and love. It's about delving into the parts of you that have been hidden in a veil of shadows and are now becoming ready to be revealed and lived as a part of the beautiful being that you are in truth. Mountains, valleys, and regions. Mountains, valleys, and regions. Okay. In particular, this oracle asks you to look at where you can nourish your emotional and physical life with more focus, perhaps through art, creativity, journaling your dreams, creating collages, or engaging in dance or other forms of movement. Your spirit needs it to thrive at this time. So you're needing to experience the shifts within yourself, within your perception, within your life. There's a lot of things that are being changed willingly and not so willingly by you, by your life, by the world. And if you allow yourself to move with those changes, then you allow yourself to really settle in much deeper into the purpose you were created to fulfill. See, your destiny is not something you need to achieve. It's not something that you need to create or work your way towards, right? Your destiny is something that you are meant to experience at some point in your life and to be fully present during that experience. And oftentimes, your destiny comes later in life because you need the life experiences, the life lessons that will help you learn how to best approach and appreciate the purpose you were created to fulfill. Life is beautiful in that way where you can just really be who you are and allow who you are to be witnessed by others. And by doing that, you're living part of your purpose with zero effort. It takes more effort to get to the point where you are giving yourself permission to be who you are than it does to, kind of just let people tell you who you are. It takes more effort to get to the point where you can finally choose to be yourself, right? Are all the dates for the Andaran Fire sold out? No. Today is sold out if we start in 8 minutes. And then next Saturday and the Saturday after that, I believe there's still space. Yes. And if you guys are not aware, these events are private fire ceremonies, and all of the proceeds from these events go towards any additional legal costs that I will incur as I initiate the legal process of filing criminal complaints in Switzerland. I have spoken to lawyers. I wouldn't have been able to do that with you guys. Everything is progressing nicely. And because of the nature of the legal process, I won't be able to give regular updates until a lot of what is being proposed actually takes place already, because I want to make sure that I don't negatively impact the criminal case that I have already built. Okay. There's a lot of things that I will be sharing with you guys when it is appropriate for me to share. As of right now, that's all I can say, is that I have already initiated the process. And again, all of the proceeds from all of the fire ceremonies that I'll be doing in the month of October, those will all go towards um, any additional legal costs that I'll incur, and whatever funds don't go towards legal, I'm donating it directly back to Soulwork Synergistics, so that way it can go towards furthering our other projects that we have going on. If you would like to support Soulwork Synergistics, so all of the donations for the legal funds, it was a specific link. I don't take donations from anything else, not the sales of anything or any of that for Soulwork Synergistic. That all goes towards the programs that we are creating for our community, virtual community, and then also we're working with local communities. So with that, if you would like to show some support to Soulwork Synergistic itself, we have a whole bunch of different bread options now available. We have donuts that are vegan, right? And they're amazing. They taste so good. We have the fairy berry bread, which is floral essences with blueberries and a lemon glaze. All of the breads are made completely from scratch using whole ingredients, like natural AF. No dyes, no preservatives, no none of that. These breads can only ship in the United States simply because we use no preservatives. These are freshly made breads and you can taste it. You can absolutely taste it. We are considering as a team of rolling out a very limited number of breads that are made of veggies that I grew myself. Because y'all know I'm obsessed with plants, right? I'm obsessed with plants. And for whatever reason, all the plants that I've grown taste beyond flavorful in comparison with even store-bought organic items. So there's just something about all the flavors that go into it, probably because I sing to them when they're watered. But yeah, we have all these different plans. We do have the donuts available. I really encourage you guys to try that. I got to get going. You guys, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. If you are part of today's fire ceremony, and all of the fire ceremonies, I'm going to be placing a heavy emphasis on a lot of that correction for the Lilith energy and a couple other different things I don't want to talk about. Meet me there. You should have received an email that gives you the link to access the private page. It will be a completely private fire ceremony. I will see you there in 3 minutes. I love you guys. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you again very soon. Bye, everyone.